Goodbye Autumn, Hello Winter by Kenard Pack. As leaves fall from their trees, animals huddle against the cold, and frost creeps across windows, everyone knows winter is on its way. Join a brother and sister as they explore nature and take a stroll through their twinkling town, greeting all the signs of the coming season. In a series of conversations with everything from the setting sun to curious deer, they say goodbye to autumn and welcome the glorious first snow of winter. 10 Ways to Hear Snow by Cathy Camper and Kenard Pack. One winter morning, Lena wakes up to silence. It's the sound of snow, the kind that looks soft and glows bright in the winter sun. But as she walks to her grandmother's house to help make the family recipe for warak enab, she continues to listen. As Lena walks past snowmen and across icy sidewalks, she discovers 10 ways to pay attention to what might have otherwise gone unnoticed. Snow for Everyone by Antonie Schneider and Peot Chang. Jerusalem is a special place. It brings people together and rarely snows. When one day it does snow, 3 friends have a playful debate about who the snow belongs to. When they ask some of the most trusted people in their community, they have a great surprise. The priest, the rabbi, and the imam all say the same thing. Here is a joyful story about sharing and how we are more similar than different. A Big Bed for Little Snow by Grace Lynn. Little Snow loves the new big soft bed Mommy made him for the long, cold winter nights. But Mommy says this bed is for sleeping, not jumping. What happens when he can't resist jumping on his new fluffy, bouncy bed? Snowy Race by April Jones Prince and Christine Davenier. In the midst of a whirling snowfall, a girl and her father pile into their big red snowplow. Through slippery streets, up winding hills, they race, clearing the snow and heading for the train station to meet a very special traveler. Snow Sisters by Kerri Kokias and Teagan White. When snowflakes fall, 2 sisters react in different ways. One is excited and the other is wary. The first sister spends the morning outdoors, playing until she's all tuckered out. Meanwhile, the second sister stays indoors, becoming ever more curious about the drifts outside. Soon they switch places and spend the second half of the day retracing each other's footsteps. But each sister puts her own unique spin on activities like sledding, baking, and building. Lucy Fell Down the Mountain by Cornell. Lucy is having a terrible day. She's falling down a mountain. As she passes various characters, a mountain man, a bungeeing duck, and a pile of shuffling bears, she tries to ask for help, but everyone misinterprets her requests. As Lucy gains velocity, the story grows in silliness, ending eventually in a giant rolling snowball that lands Lucy safely at a hot chocolate chalet. No harm done. Frozen by Victoria Saxon, Grace Lee, and Andrea Cagol. Fearless optimist Anna sets off on an epic journey, teaming up with rugged mountain man Kristoff and his loyal reindeer Sven to find her sister Elsa, whose icy powers have trapped the kingdom of Arendelle in eternal winter. Encountering Everest-like conditions, mystical trolls, and a hilarious snowman named Olaf, Anna and Kristoff battle the elements in a race to save the kingdom. The Tea Party in the Woods by Akiko Miyakoshi. When a young girl named Kiko realizes her father has forgotten the pie he was supposed to bring to Grandma's house, she offers to try and catch him as he makes his way through the woods. She hurriedly follows her father's footprints in the snow and happens upon a large house she has never seen before. Curious, Kiko peers through the window when she is startled by a small lamb wearing a coat and carrying a purse. Even more surprising, the lamb speaks, asking her in a kind voice, "Are you here for the tea party?" Suddenly, Kiko realizes her trip through the woods has turned into something magical. First Snow by Peter McCarty. It's a day of firsts for Pedro. First snowfall, first snow angel, first taste of a snowflake, first sled run, first snowball fight. The Little Snowplow by Lora Koehler and Jake Parker. On the mighty mountain road crew, the trucks come in one size, big. That is, until the little snowplow joins the crew. None of the other trucks think that the little snowplow can handle the big storms, but he knows that he can do it. And just to be sure, he trains hard, pushing loads of gravel, pulling blocks of concrete, and doing plow lifts to get ready. But when a blizzard arrives, will the little snowplow's training be enough to clear the streets and handle the unexpected trouble? The Thing About Yetis by Vogel. Everyone knows Yetis loves winter. They love snowball fights and hot chocolate and sledding and building snow castles. But even Yetis get the shivers, and even Yetis get crabby from all the cold. So here's a secret about Yetis. Sometimes they miss summer. Sometimes they have to bring a little bit of summer to the coldest of winter days. Those Yetis, they're just full of surprises. What is Snow by Katie Daynes. This flap book explores the magic of snow, from a fresh flurry in the garden to the icy North and South Poles. Unfurl a giant snowflake, reveal footprints in the snow, discover what else you can do with snow, and follow a simple water cycle to see where snow goes when it melts. Crow Made a Friend by Margaret, Peot. Crow is all alone, but like all crows, he is very clever. Using autumn leaves for wings, sticks for the body, and a crab apple for the head, Crow makes a friend. But winter winds blow in, destroying his creation. Undaunted, Crow fashions another bird friend out of snow, but cannot prevent it from melting in the warm spring sun. Alone again, Crow hears the caw, caw, caw of a real live bird and finally forms a friendship that will last in the story that celebrates perseverance and ingenuity. Bear is Awake by Hannah E. Harrison. Suddenly awake in the middle of winter, a big bear explores a cozy cabin, which Bear, of course, enters excitedly. But the cabin isn't empty. A little girl lives there. So begins an unlikely friendship and an unexpected adventure as the girl attempts to figure out what a bear is supposed to be doing in the winter. Hint? It's not eating pancakes or visiting the library. My Winter City by James Gladstone and Gary Clement. A young boy wakes up in the early light of a winter morning, pulls on his boots and mittens, and steps out into the snowy city with his dad. They trudge through the snow, their dog bounding along beside them. Then a slushy, steamy bus ride takes them to the tobogganing hill for some winter fun. The boy describes all the sights and sounds of the day, from the frost in Dad's beard and the snow pillows in the park, to the noisy clunking snowplows and the singing buskers they pass on their way home. That night, the boy lies awake under cozy covers, reflecting on the day, as snow blankets the world outside his window. This is winter in the city. Snack, Snooze, Skedaddle. How Animals Get Ready for Winter by Lora, Purdie, Salas, and Claudine Gevry. There is more than one way for animals to prepare for winter. Some, such as mice, foxes, and moose, simply tolerate the cold. Of course, black bears hibernate, but chipmunks, wood frogs, and garter snakes do too. And then there are the creatures that migrate, including hummingbirds, blue whales, and even earthworms. The Snowy Nap by Jan Brett. A chill is in the air, and as Hedgie trundles around the farm, all his friends tell him of the wintertime fun he will miss as he hibernates. Icicles decorating the chicken coop, Lisa making snowmen, the pond turned to slippery ice. It sounds so amazing that Hedgie decides to stay awake instead of going to his burrow. But then a snowstorm starts. Luckily, Lisa finds him and brings him to her home, so Hedgie gets to see the wonders of winter from inside the cozy house. Malaika's Winter Carnival by Nadia L. Hone and Irene Luxbacher. When Malaika moves to Canada, there's a lot to get used to, especially carnival in the wintertime. Malaika is happy to be reunited with Mummy, but it means moving to Canada where everything is different. It's cold in Quebec City, no one understands when she talks, and carnival is nothing like the celebration Malaika knows from home. Snow by Sam Usher. Every child loves a snowy day. No school and snowball fights galore. But Sam has to wait for Granddad, even though all the other kids have already gone to the park. And all the dogs, and all the zoo animals. Only when the two finally arrive does Granddad see why Sam was in such a hurry, and they have the best time playing with everyone in the snow.